The next step for our application is that we want to calculate the order amount. So if a customer comes and they place an order, right now when we look at the order, we are only able to see the quantity. We want to be able to see what the order amount is as well. So how you do that is you create a formula field. So we'll go into setup and we will go into create and we'll go into objects. And so if you remember, this order object right here, it has a master detail relationship with food inventory and customer. So the food inventory object, I'll just open it in a separate tab, has a field which is called unit price. So what we want to do is we want to create a formula which multiplies unit price with the field on our order object, which is called quantity ordered. So we have two fields. We have unit price that needs to be multiplied with this quantity order field, and that will give us the order value. So an important thing to note about here is that when it comes to objects, we have a master detail relationship between some objects. I'll just open up our objects over here. So this order object has a master detail relationship with customer and food inventory. So we're able to run a calculation on the fields from food inventory or customer in the order object. However, if it's a formula field on the order object that references either the customer or the food inventory, then that formula field cannot be used in a rolled up summary field in the other object. So this order is a junction object. So whatever values, the non-formula type values can be summed up in the parent objects. However, if there's a field in the order object that has a formula in it, then you cannot use a roll-up summary on the parent object for that child object. So you will understand what I mean when you make your application. So we will go ahead. We're in our order object. So we have all these fields already. So we're going to create a new field. And it's asking us what kind of field is it going to be. This is going to be a formula field. And we will click next. And we'll call it order value. And it's going to be a currency field, and it's going to have 2 decimal places. We'll click next. And so now the formula is very simple. So the first value that we want to put in from the order object is order quantity, and then we want to insert multiply, and the second value we want to put in is from we'll click on advanced, and we'll click on the second field that we want in there is the unit price. So unit price multiplied by order quantity gives us the order value. So very simple. You can click next, and we want it to be visible to all users. Click next, and we want it to be on the order layout, and we click save. So now if we look at this order, we will refresh it. It might not show the value right now. So it is showing us the order value. So if I go on customer and I go on any one of the customers and I click on their order, it shows me that this order has a value of $4,000. So when I'm clicking on customer and I'm on the customer, so all we see is like order number or order name. When we click on this order name, it gives us the detail for that order. We have the ability to show the value on this page for this order as well. So the way we show the total order value on this page is by changing the page layout for the customer object. So we will go into our setup, and we'll go to our object. So you have to note that we when we are on the customer tab, we click on the customer, and right now all we see is this order number. So we want to change the page layout for this customer tab, and the way so that we can see more information than just the order number. So we are in our setup, and we clicked on create, then clicked on objects, and we will click on our customer object. And in the customer object, there is a section for page layout. We will edit our page layout, and this is the page layout editor, and it is showing all the different sections for our page. And you can see that there is this order sections in the related lists, and this red button is going to remove it, and this right button is going to change the properties for it. So we see order name, which is just the number that is for that particular object. We will also include some additional information. So we want to have this is all the list that is available to us. So let's see, we want to include we can include unit price, we can include order quantity, and we can include order value, and we'll also include food inventory name. So now we have added a few more components to our layout. So we'll click save over here. We'll click OK, and then we'll click save up here. And we will refresh this page. So now we get a lot more information on this two-page layout. We have the order number, we have the inventory name, what was ordered, the unit price, the order kind, quantity, and the order value. So now this is an older entry, so we'll just create a new entry, and we type in quantity. I'm going to click save, and so now it gives us the quantity, and it automatically calculates the value for us because of the formula field that we created, and it gives us the order value. So now if you have a customer, we'll just place one more order here. And we'll save it. So now if you click on your customer tab in your application, and I think this was the customer that we worked on, it shows you, so first you had to click on the order to get more detailed value, but now you can just have a snapshot of the order number, the inventory name, the unit price, quantity order, and total order value. So this is we are making good progress in our application. This is our application has the home tab, it has the food inventory tab that shows us all the items that are available to us in our inventory, and then a customer comes to us and we want to take a customer order, we can create a new customer, and we will. So we just created a new customer, and the customer places a few orders. We take the order, and customer wants to have some chicken Alfredo. I don't know how many of them we have left, so we'll just err to the safe side and order 50. The customer places a new order for, let's just take any item. We click save, and so this is what our application is doing. It's taking in the orders, it's giving us a unit price, it's telling us the quantity ordered, and it is giving us the total value of the order.